Hey everyone, and welcome to this week's tips. It's round 19, and well, it's getting real heavy now. Just looking at last week's tips, and we got 7 out of 9, so almost hit it big, but unfortunately Carlton and Essendon weren't able to get the job done, so that's unfortunate. But that's last week, so we're moving on to round 19 now. Let's get started. First up, we've got Friday footy, and we start off with Essendon and Adelaide Crows. Now, Goldstein comes back into the team, which is my most notable in, and Peter Wright goes out, which is a big out, but also Taylor Walker is being managed. So, right, it's a like for like there. Two big, a defender and a big forward. You know, this will be big for Essendon. They should get the job done against Adelaide. They've struggled to score all year without Walker there on the team, without Rankin. Yeah, they're not going to stand a chance against Essendon here. So I think Essendon will get the job done. Nick Hind is a big out. That's a lot of run in their game. Mitchell Hinge comes in, who I think he's a bit of a lanky forward, so he might be able to do a little bit of work, but I just don't think enough. Yeah, he's more athletic, so even if Peter Wright was in the team, it wouldn't matter. So I think Essendon will still be able to get the job done here. So yeah, I'm tipping Essendon. Next up on Saturday footy, we've got the Giants versus the Gold Coast Suns. Now, as you know, the Gold Coast Suns struggle to win away from home, which is really unfortunate for them. But yeah, even looking at these lists, Caniglio is injured, which is unfortunate. Halloran comes back in. But looking at the Gold Coast Suns, they've brought in all their old timber. Swallow and Sexton come back in. Weller also, I think he's 26 or 27. So Ainsworth goes out. That's a huge out. He's their third best midfielder. Davies, who he's suspended, it was unable to appeal. Yeah, I just think the Giants here will win quite comfortably. The Gold Coast Suns' record away from home is abysmal, and not only that, but Ainsworth out of the team, and Swallow and Sexton just aren't the players they were when they first came to the Gold Coast Suns. They really aren't. Yeah, this should be an easy one. Giants should win this one. Moving on, we've got St Kilda and West Coast Eagles. I think St Kilda here should win the game, but if we look at now Ben Patton keeps popping up. Now, I'll just take a drink. I thought he retired, and I thought he played for Hawthorn, but I think I might be thinking of the wrong person. It might be someone else with the same name. In fact, Patton had 2 T's, so yeah, I am thinking of the wrong Patton. Philippou goes out, injured, unfortunately. He had his run in the midfield, which was really good for him, but Bradley Hill comes back in. Stocker and Garcia as well. For the West Coast Eagles, a lot of talent comes in, but not enough experience comes back in. Petrotelli's got a little bit of experience, but not, the other 3 really let him down. Chesser, Rotham and Cully, not much game time there. And look at the outs. Yo, Waterman, Duggan, Brock. Waterman and Yo right there, that's your game. So I think St Kilda here will get the job done quite convincingly at Marvel Stadium. Yeah, that's pretty much a no-brainer. No Waterman, that's huge. No Yo, that's huge. It's just, yeah. Moving on to my team, obviously Collingwood and the Hawthorn. Now, I was undecided all week on what I was going to tip here, and as you know, I'm not afraid to back the enemy on occasion. You know, this is all about a tip. You've got to get it right. But having looked at the lineup, which which is why I wait until 6:20 on a Thursday to record these videos, because I want to see who's coming in, who's going out. Jack Ginnivan coming in is a big in. He's that X factor. He drives Collingwood crazy because of the way he left. MCG, big stage, Ginnivan's up for that. But Collingwood, they've been under the limelight, and I think it's time to respond. Jeremy Howe comes back in. Lachlan Sullivan, comes back in. Now, I think that's huge because Collingwood needs someone to get the ball, a ball getter, hard ball gets. That's what we're missing at the moment. Nick Dacos is doing it, but he shouldn't be. There should be someone else doing it for him, or at least helping. And Lachlan Sullivan is that player. That is the reason that Collingwood were doing okay throughout the mid-season. You know, they were holding on to games, is because they had someone to get the ball. It's one of the most important things in footy. Putting your head over the ball, getting it out. Viney, perfect example. Tough as nails. Get the fucking ball. And that's what a player like Lachlan Sullivan does. And he's new, he's just started playing, so he's learning the game. You know, he's not running out the whole game, which is unfortunate, but he'll get there. But he needs to play in big games like this, and I think he's going to rise to the occasion. Another big in is Daniel McStay. Now, he hasn't played all year. I think he kicked 3 goals on the weekend in the VFL, so he had a good return, so he's ready to play. Lockie Schultz goes out. Billy Frampton, that's a huge out. He probably would have played on Sicily if he went forward. But also they've got... he got injured 2 weeks ago. I was thinking about someone else. Harrison goes out, so yeah, that's... But anyway, I've decided to go with my heart. I think Collingwood this game, they'll get the job done. It'll be another close game like it was earlier in the season. Without Billy Frampton, Sicily down back is going to be a problem, because Billy Frampton is a defensive forward and a backman. He can go up forward and shut down players like Sicily. But without Billy Frampton, that's, you know, so Sicily might get off the chain. But if they can find someone to shut him down, Collingwood will win this game. Sicily has been one of the biggest veins in Collingwood's back that I've ever heard of. So yeah, it'll be down to that matchup, I think. But yeah, there's a lot of big ins for Collingwood, a lot of positivity, and yeah, it should be a cracker of a game. So we'll move on to the night games, and we got Geelong Cats versus Western Bulldogs. Nevitt comes in, and Clark omitted. Clark is a big out. But if you look at the Western Bulldogs, you've got Adam Treloar and Aaron Norton coming in, and only Gallagher and Garcia, unfortunately, omitted. Yeah, so this is a strange one, and I think the Western Bulldogs will get up here. The reason I say that is, one, they're down Clark. So Clark is a big out. He's been doing a lot of their distribution inside 50. I know last year and the year before it was all Myers, Myers this, Myers that. Is he the best kick inside forward 50? Clark is doing that this year. He's just going so unnoticed. And without him in the team, Geelong are going to notice that. And with Adam Treloar coming back in, he's going to be hungry. Aaron Norton, he's always hungry. So I just think... And just off what Western Bulldogs did last week, they took down someone who they shouldn't have. But yet, the way they played, it looked like they could beat anyone. And I don't think Geelong Cats are anything special. They beat Collingwood last week. I mean, that doesn't say much at the moment. Collingwood are in a real bad way. So, what Western Bulldogs will be on a high here. And I think they'll want to take advantage of that, and they'll destroy the Cats. Even though last time they met it was a 6 point something like that. It was real close. And unfortunately the Western Bulldogs lost. But they had more scoring shots. So they should have won. They shoulda, coulda, didn't. But, it was a close game, and I just think the Western Bulldogs here will win this one. Moving on to the other night game on Saturday, and we got Port Adelaide and Richmond. Now, Richmond are no chance here. Radaglia comes back in, Georgiades, Rioli, Williams, Dylan Williams, don't know much about him, but going out, I mean they're huge ins, absolutely huge ins. They make the team so much better. The only big outs, Lockie Jones is kinda, yeah, you know. Todd Marshall, that's a big out. Jeremy Finlayson, he hasn't really played well this season, so it's kind of good that they're out of the team at the moment. See what they can do, you know, get some fresh blood around that. But Richmond, Campbell, Thompson, Caleb Smith, you know, yeah, that's just young talent. That's all it is. Unexperienced talent too. Vlaston, Taranto, Grant. I mean, huge outs. This is the baby Tigers right here. So, yeah, I think Port Adelaide here easily will get the job done, especially at Adelaide Oval. It'll be no contest. So, moving on to Sunday footy. And first up, we got the Brisbane Lions versus Sydney Swans. And this is the game of the week. It's been touted about ever since last week, though. They knew it was coming. And in for the Lions, we've got Starcevich, Robinson and Smith. Henry Smith is playing his first game, debut game. So Starcevich, big in. Yeah. Sydney Swans. Now this is where this is what teetered my bet a little bit. Cunningham, Isaac Heaney in, Warner in, so that's awesome. Caleb Mitchell in, Francis in, Sam Reid in. Now, I think Sam Reid should have retired years ago. Just like his brother. Just, they've been so injury prone. I don't know what they're doing to the league. But out is, we can only, Callum Mills, who, yeah, okay. And James Rowbottom. Now, Rowbottom's a huge out. Mills as well. I mean, kind of big, but yeah, I think Sydney will get a lot of stock back this week. But I think the Lions at the Gabba, with the way they've been playing, are back to their demonic best. They'll get that job done here, and they'll get it done in such style that Sydney will be afraid of them. So, yeah, I just think it'll be a Brisbane Lions win, and I'm confident on that. Moving on to the second last game of the round, we've got Fremantle versus Melbourne. Now, on paper, I'd say this is an easy win to Fremantle, but the things that make that more clear, Alex Pearce comes back, Sean Darcy back into the ruck. Now, I know there's been some conversation about is two ruckmen good, but in Fremantle's case, I think it is. If they can get it to work, it'll work wonders for them. They have an excellent midfield, and if they can rotate their ruckman and just do it properly, like Sean Darcy should be a defensive ruckman, and oh shit, I forget his name now. The other ruckman should be a forward ruckman. I know but he started kicking goals. So Jackson, that's his name. Yeah, he started kicking goals, but mostly it's all about the midfield group. Just get the ball to them, and they'll do the rest. Whereas Melbourne, you got Jack Billings, Tomlinson comes back in. That's a good one. Laurie and Fullerton, they're two newbies, not newcomers, but yeah. Tajwa weren't managed. Oh, Fullerton is a newbie actually. Yeah, first game. So Jack Billings, that's an alright in. But yeah, I just think Optus Stadium, Dockers on fire at the moment. Yeah, they'll get the job done here. Yeah, I'm confident on that. Absolutely, 100% confident there. So yeah, moving on to the. I thought this was the second last game. It's not. Should be. Yeah. Okay, well, we got Carlton versus North Melbourne. And, got Motlop, Hewitt, Cunningham, Carroll, and Durnan come into the team. Kemp and Williams. Williams is a big out. He's been kicking a lot of their chance goals, stoppage goals. As for North Melbourne, Fisher, Stevenson comes back in, but he's been out of form for years. Will Phillips, back in the team, good, because he can tag someone. But yeah, just Carlton, just too strong. Yeah, they're just too strong. Yeah, they'll get the job done. Um, so yeah, here's my multi. Um, I can't share it, but I'm just letting you know that I have actually put my words or my money where my mouth is. So you know that I'm not actually just picking this out of a hat. I'm actually doing something about it. Um, so yeah, that's my return. If I get it all right, I get it all right. If I don't, well, it's no skin off my. So that should be, yeah. I reckon I got a good lineup this week. A little worried about the Collingwood game. That's probably a close game. The Bulldogs game, I reckon the Bulldogs will do all right, but yeah, they're my only two worrying games. I think the Lions over Sydney. That's I think they've got it in them to do that, and yeah, pretty confident that the Suns won't be able to uh, change their fortunes after what happened with Hardwick the other week, where he swore and said Gold Coast need to play better away from home. Grow the fuck up. I don't think that's going to change much. But yeah. So yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, be good to your mother, and I'll see you next week. Peace.